Back.
this.
We're live for the first time for I was gonna say the last time in November, but that's probably not true.
Yeah, because we
I think
have
there's
another week.
yeah, we have one more week in the old Novemberino, but it's Thanksgiving week. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there in
Happy
the
Thanksgiving.
wild
Excuse me.
blue world.
Is it blue? I guess it's blue. It's got a lot of water.
It's mostly blue. I think the Earth is 80% water, just like humans.
Something like that. So basically, I'm my own planet, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Call me fat?
Whoa, you said that. I didn't say that.
I can't believe this. I can't believe this.
Wow.
I can't believe this.
You know what? Be offended. It's better to feel something. It's better to feel offended than nothing at all, right?
I guess.
Emotions. How do they
I don't
work?
have those. Listen, we don't need to get into that, because then I'll start talking about how I need to go back to therapy.
Uh-oh. We're on the therapy grind again?
I mean, you're never fully healed from everything, you know?
That's true. That's true.
Like these glasses. These glasses are broken, clearly.
Oh, I thought you were going to say how you can never truly fix your eyes. They're getting there. Cyborgs. You're going to be a cyborg someday. I
don't want to be a
you.
cyborg.
You don't want to be a cyborg?
You can't say that to me because I'm black.
Anakin Skywalker, is that offensive?
Cyborg from DC is black.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think of cyborg.
You uncultured swine.
Yep. Well, I would have thought of one of the other 9.5 electric black superheroes, but
yeah,
Cyborg was number 4 on the list.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm taking out my other lens real quick.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of therapy,
so you don't see the glare.
I don't want to put my mom's business out there, but she has gone. I don't even know how to build up to this. I just have to say it. She has gone to see a hypnotherapist. I didn't even know they existed in reality. I mean, obviously they do. They're like memed to death online and in movies and whatnot, but she apparently had a very good experience. Wasn't what she expected. Good. I don't really know what, from my understanding, it's kind of like it's more like a guided meditation, kind of like, maybe like a Buddhist monk, right? Would sort of sit there and do their that sort of stuff. But I don't really know what the goal was, right? It's like what's kind of the standard thing? Like, imagine you're in a room, right? In your childhood room. What color are the walls? You go like, they're whitish. I guess my walls are whitish. There, you can see a wall right there. See, whitish. Your walls are white. Yeah. But then you do whatever. You cover your traumas or whatever. I'm not sure exactly what she was trying to accomplish in there, but she liked it. She thought it was pretty good.
Hypnotherapy uses hypnosis to treat various physical and psychological conditions by helping a person enter a deeply relaxed, focused state. In this state, a hypnotherapist can provide... Oh, I probably should put my actual glasses on.
We're learning.
Provide suggestions to help with issues like anxiety, pain management, or habits such as smoking cessation, whatever that means. Contrary to misconceptions, it's not mind control. Clients remain aware and are in control, and the goal is to help individuals access their own resources to solve problems.
Right.
How it works, they're induced into a trance, they access their subconscious, and then... I don't know if it's in this order, but and then providing suggestions. They use carefully chosen language and imagery to suggest new thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. This can be directed or more general. Interesting. So it sounds like you go into a deep state of meditation and focus on your subconscious and whatever thing you're trying to get help with, and they just kind of act as a guide to maybe redirect habits or thoughts, things like that.
That seems about right. Yeah.
Which sounds pretty cool. I know there's this certain therapy, I think it's called CBT therapy, which is kind of like that. Hold on.
Okay.
I forgot what it actually stands for. Cognitive behavioral therapy.
Oh, sure. Yes.
Yeah, it's a type of psychotherapy that helps individuals change unhelpful thought and behavior patterns to manage mental health conditions like anxiety and depression.
I've seen them
do they
employed a lot at
do?
schools. CBT counselors.
Yeah. Uh, it helps focus on current problems by challenging negative thoughts and replacing them with more realistic ones, often through practical self-help strategies.
Yeah. So it's sort of a self-help,
Yeah.
but with the aid of a professional
So
that
I think
teaches you how
hold
to
on.
self-help.
CBT therapy versus. I want to see what the difference is.
Sure. It just seemed like it was a fascinating
Hypnotherapy.
thing when she told me that she was gonna go do that. I was like,
I'm
really?
gonna go get
That's
hypnotized for my
yeah.
mental health.
I've only ever movies. That's like my experience with that. And and of course they do it like
Mm.
they
Oh,
do it
he's
like
dying.
magically inside of there.
Yeah.
So
I
it's a
mean,
little, I
hypnosis
think,
is all about the
less.
power of suggestion.
I suppose from
I've
what I've seen,
seen
it's like
in
all
person,
hypnosis is self hypnosis, right? So it's like as long as you say yes to the process,
as long as you believe in it, you know.
yeah,
I
yeah,
know one time at school at UNT there was a thing where there was a guy who was there who was hypnotizing people, and I was
like a
scared to go
stage
up there.
magician.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
don't know
yeah.
if it was like a magician, but like his whole thing was hypnosis. And
Hmm.
so like that whole experience feels like it was like a fever dream. I wanted to go up, but I was too
Really?
scared because I didn't know what was going to happen to me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it was very interesting. And looking back, I was like, were they just hypnotized, or did he manage to hypnotize the whole crowd? Because we all went
Hmm.
with it, you know?
That's yeah. There
Yeah.
could be like, oh no, what's the word? It's like you're
Oh,
not predisposed, but like when you seeing other people going up on stage and they're
yeah.
getting hypnotized, and you're like, oh my god, am I getting hypnotized?
Oh, 100%.
What if it happens to me? And then you're like, then you're already halfway there.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like if you have to ask, it's already too late.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
exactly. Yeah.
if you have to ask, am I drunk? Am I high? You already
Mm-hmm.
are
Yep.
usually.
Yep.
But back to learning moments.
Oh,
So the CBT therapy,
right, right.
um, structured focus therapy focused on changing conscious negative patterns and behaviors, while hypnotherapy uses a trance-like state to access the unconscious mind for suggestions to address deep-seated issues. So CBT is focused on what you yourself are actively doing or can actively do, versus
Okay.
hypnotherapy focuses more on what you do unconsciously and kind of what's the word? Planting little seeds in your subconscious to change
Right.
things about how you process and think about things and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty cool. They're like sitting at the same table but on the opposite sides.
Right. Yeah, I guess that's a way to
Yeah.
describe that.
Because I know people who have similar issues to mine. I've seen that CBT therapy helps a lot.
Hmm.
Especially because a lot of my issues stem from a lot of internal issues.
Okay, sure.
That I do actively do, which we're working on that, but that's not important right
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
now. But
So you
yeah.
do need to go back to therapy. I bet
Oh,
there's a clinically trained.
Jonathan,
Uh huh.
I'm telling you now, I do need to go back to therapy,
Oh no.
and the goal is to go back next year.
Okay.
Hopefully, at least like the latest like March, because I want to try to pay
Oh,
off as much of my dental loans as I can.
naturally, yeah. Surely you'll be done by
Uh,
then, right? End of the year Christmas bonus coming up.
yeah, hopefully. The way
Hmm.
that my job does it though is basically they're gonna make a pool for people to put tips into, for lack of a better word, and for like the residents
Tips.
to. It's essentially the tips, but not. It's because they want to tip us all the time. And I'm like, sorry, we can't accept that. But at the
Yeah.
end of the year, like around Christmas time, there's gonna be like a little like you can do it then, and it's like a pool thing that
Interesting.
we get, and then anything over a certain amount gets sent to Anthony as well, which is
Hmm.
pretty cool. But I don't know how much it can be, but it's gonna get split between us, and that money I told myself is directly going towards those dental loans. Because the
Smart
sooner I
move.
get through those, the sooner I'll be free.
Yeah. Yep. Gotta break free of your bonds, my brother.
Yeah. Break free your bronze, my brother. But yeah, that's the goal with that.
Nice. Well, that'll be fun. March. That's so far away though.
It is, but it's also like, because the way that my mental health is at the moment, at
Yeah.
least, I'm very self-aware and I'm able to manage well enough to where it's not debilitating like it used to be.
Mm.
And I'm at a point where I have been able to maybe not so much understand what's going on, but
Oh,
I can
okay.
acknowledge it and realize, oh, okay, well that makes sense why this is happening now.
Right.
I can talk about my problems if you want, but we'll be here for a while.
Oh, no, no, no. You don't gotta air anything out if you don't want to. No, by all means.
Yeah. But it's one of those things where it's like I'm finally piecing things together,
Hmm.
and it's like, so that's why this is like that, or why I do this way, or
Oh,
why I feel
interesting.
that way. Um, because it like it really started a few months ago, like a month or
Yeah.
two ago, is when I really kind of was like, oh,
Hmm.
well, this isn't normal. uh, and then realizing that I'm not normal again, but like even worse than before because like m- mental shift things and
Yeah. Being
uh
not normal is cool, but
well,
not
yeah,
when
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
messing with your mental health.
Listen, I went through a whole moment where I was like, dang, I really am crazy, huh? This kind of sucks.
What do you mean? Are you how are you crazy? Hmm?
Do you want no so listen, trauma does things to people.
Right.
Certain traumas reshape, like quite literally, figuratively and literally reshape your brain anatomy.
Okay.
uh And so there were certain things that have happened that have reshaped my brain matter anatomy,
Ah.
and I can never be normal. It can't go
Right.
back to
I
what it was before
You've
because
made
it's
new neural pathway connections in your head
yeah,
that you can't undo. I'm pretty sure
due to
that's
trauma. Yeah.
false. Pretty sure that's a false premise.
Listen,
I think the brain.
I mean, okay, from what I researched, I should say, which
Okay,
was
all right.
very little. It wasn't very little. It was a lot, but then about the fixing part was like
Hmm.
not as much. But yeah, neural pathways start to connect due to traumas and things,
Right.
and you can rearrange those, but it's a very long and arduous process.
Okay, yes. I can definitely agree with that. Yes.
Uh, and it's not something that is reversible, though.
Hmm.
It's something that can be, what's the word? Not upgraded. It's something that can be worked on, but it can never
Ah, right.
return back to where it was, or where it should have
Yes.
been, rather. Um,
From my understanding of neural pathways, it's like the more you do something, the deeper the groove in your head is.
yeah, and
So
so
it's
if
just a matter of like slowly paving over that groove, like
mhm,
ever so slowly, and then
ever so
eventually,
slowly
yeah.
working it back, yeah.
Hmm.
And with the way that certain things go,
Hmm.
I don't know if it's a mental illness or whatever. Anyways, uh, I have CPTSD. It's complex PTSD.
Uh huh.
And the
Yeah.
way that that works, from what I've researched, I'm not completely informed. Take this with a grain of salt. But from what I
None of
have
us are around
researched,
here. Yeah.
yeah. But pretty much it is it's caused by repetitive repeat or like
Hmm.
several instances of trauma over an extended period of time. Um, and so it's one of those things where, like you said, the more that it happens, the more it kind of ingrains into your brain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh, and with PTSD, everyone knows PTSD sucks.
Yep.
But that's usually triggered by a single event. But CPTSD is triggered by several events over and over again. And uh,
Ah,
it's one of those things where, again, you can't go back to who I used to be
I
because
see.
of that.
Yeah.
Um, and it was very interesting to do some research on that.
Hmm.
Um, because after learning, because I've been diagnosed with that in the past by one of my therapists, but I never really looked into it. I was just like, oh, of course I have PTSD, like trauma, or whatever. But when I actually did some research due to something that happened a couple of months, or like last month or the one before, I
Yeah.
was like, you know what's funny? Now that I'm looking at this, everything about me is starting to make sense.
Oh. Oh.
uh every struggle that I've been dealing with, or not every, but most struggles I've been dealing with, like mentally, issues with like social situations in some
Okay.
cases, um, problems with my subconscious and um recognizing
Hmm.
myself sometimes, and just a whole bunch of stuff like self-consciousness, trust issues,
What do
things
you mean
like that.
recognizing yourself? That seems like a
Okay.
complex phrase.
Well, you see, with complex PTSD,
Yeah, uh-huh.
um how do I put this in short form? There's been several instances where I don't recognize myself in the mirror.
Hmm. Like a
Uh,
dissociative episode sort of thing?
kind of, yeah.
Interesting.
I do kind of put those in two different ballparks, though.
Okay, sure.
Well, okay. Gosh, it's very confusing to explain. I explained it to Chanel. I've explained it to Chris. I've
Yeah.
explained it to Anthony, and each time, like, I have different, like, new information. So it's like it's kind of easier to explain now. But like when I explain it,
Hmm.
I sound crazy.
Okay, well,
Hence
sure,
why
yeah.
I started this by saying I think or I thought, or like struggling with that might be crazy. I'm not
Right.
crazy. I'm just hurt. Um,
Oh, yeah.
but like there was a time last couple of weeks where I was like heavily dissociated.
Hmm.
But something I've realized is a lot of people, when they dissociate, they like feel like they're watching from like a screen and things like that. I do
Sure.
that sometimes, but my dissociation comes from a disconnect between me and my body.
Hmm.
And so the way I kind of explain it to people is I have at least two different versions of myself in this body. There's the brain,
Okay.
and then like there's the thoughts, and there's the feelings.
I
There's
see.
the mind, and then there's the body.
The noodle monster in the flesh suit. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there are times where I'll dissociate, and I do feel like I'm actively trapped in my body because I don't
Hmm.
feel anything physically,
Okay, sure.
but my head is still here. And so I'm always the brain, but sometimes I don't feel like I'm the body. And
Yeah,
so there
okay.
will be times, I also realized I was heavily dissociated for an extended period of time around the time
Oh.
where I realized all this stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and so like I was the time it was the worst was I was looking at myself in the mirror, and then the more I looked at myself, the more I was like, I don't know who that is. Like that's not
Wow.
me.
Yeah.
Um, and it kind of triggered a low-key anxiety attack.
Hmm.
Not even just because it was like, that's not me, but because I was afraid that the person in the mirror was going to jump through and attack me.
Oh gosh. That's
Because I
terrifying.
was moving, I did my
Yeah.
movements. The mirror was mirroring me,
Yeah.
but my brain, for some reason, was not processing that is me making those movements and not a completely different
Oh.
person.
I see.
Uh, I never thought I'd get to this point in my life, I'll be honest.
You thought you were gonna attack you?
No, I thought he was going to attack me, not the same
Yeah,
person.
yeah. Oh,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
but
Oh my
another thing
gosh.
is, I don't know if I've talked to you about it before, but I struggle with memory issues, but
Okay.
particularly like my youth. Who doesn't? Um,
Like
but
recalling memories of your youth, you mean?
not necessarily
Okay.
recalling them, but just that was my life, that was my past self, not that the way after or before a certain point in my life, my
Yeah.
brain has basically sliced that part off of me. And so
Hmm.
when I have these memories, it feels like it's a past life that I didn't live.
Okay. Yeah.
And
That
so
sounds like
when
a that sounds like a
so
mental
when I
health.
see pictures of my younger self, it's I know that it's me. Like logically, that is little Isaiah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
my little lamb, if you will. But my brain is like, oh dang, that I went through that, but I didn't go through
Mm.
that. He went through that stuff. Or like he
Sure.
did this stuff happened to him. It happened to me, but it didn't happen to me. It happened to him.
Right.
So if I
Yeah,
ever talk
yeah.
about my younger self, you'll hear me talk about or whenever, and this goes even as close back to like maybe a month ago.
Hmm.
Because my brain is like, I'm a different person than who I was then. So that's
That
not me.
recently, huh?
It might even be more recent than that, I'm gonna be
Wow,
honest.
okay.
And it's bad for a lot of reasons, obviously. But it's to the point to where I forget a lot of things that happen,
Yeah.
obviously. And so sometimes I also forget the bad things I've done to people.
Oh.
Uh and so if somebody would like come up and recall something to me, I'd be like,
Yeah.
"Oh shoot, I did do that. I'm so sorry about that. That's not like I'm not that person anymore." Uh
Yeah. Villain
But
Isaiah in the past.
listen, I was not the
Wronging
best person in
people.
the
You're
past.
going like, I'm sorry.
He was
That wasn't
extremely
me.
mentally ill. He may have been
Hmm.
reactive about something. He might have said some things to hurt people's feelings. I don't know. Who cares?
Sure.
Though at
Yeah.
least they might care. But my brain has disconnected to that former part of my life, and so
Hmm.
like if you ever hear me talking about myself in the past, a lot of times I will refer to myself as him or he said this, or like
Sure.
whenever I read, I journal sometimes.
Yeah.
Whenever
Yeah.
I'm really going through it,
Okay.
and so like I was showing Chris because I was opening up to him about my mental health issues,
Hmm.
and so I was just talking about the journals that I did, and at that point when I was talking about it, it was maybe a week prior,
Okay.
and obviously I know I went through this. I don't feel like I'm not in that. I wasn't in that same headspace. So because I didn't feel like I was in that same headspace in that same moment, I refer to it as, or refer to any time I was talking about myself as he or him, as a different person. In that case,
This
I
was
know I'm
when
talking
you were going over it with
with
somebody?
Chris.
I
Yeah,
see. Okay. Okay.
like a week ago.
I see. Okay.
But in that case, I know that that's me. Like I know that I was going through that, so
Right.
it wasn't like a, oh, this other person or anything. But it was very much like a, oh yeah, so he was feeling like this, and so that's why he said this. He was
Hmm.
mad at you. Well, he wasn't mad at you. He was mad about the situation. I'm not mad at you. I promise. But he was going through it, not me. Like that's how I'll talk about it.
Okay. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. Like
Because my brain just,
dissecting it in the with
yeah.
modern lens. Okay, I get it.
Exactly. And I do sometimes talk to myself. Uh
Sure.
but it's not even like a
Out
talk.
loud or in your head?
Yeah, it's not even like a call and a response kind of deal. Like whenever I'm going through like anxiety, whenever I'm dealing with anxiety or
Yeah.
like having a real rough time, I'll genuinely talk to myself like, "Hey, like you're going to be fine. We're going to get through this. It's okay.
Hmm.
I'm here for you." Because again, I'm here.
Right.
My body is not sometimes. So I'll
But
talk to myself as a way to try to reconnect
yeah.
myself.
But to be fair though, if you wanted to freak people out, you totally could.
I'm
You know,
pretty
you
sure
just
explaining this to
do
people is going to
another.
freak people out.
Well, wait. I'm saying like 2 a.m. right when everybody else in the apartment is asleep, and you just start talking to yourself, and you're like, "It's gonna be okay." Yes, I know it's going to be okay.
Yes, mister.
You're just like everybody on the other side of the door going, "What's going on in there?"
Is he talking to somebody? Is that him? What the fuck? No. It's been a roller coaster. I'm fine now. It's more of
Okay.
a, dang. Well, this kind of sucks now that I realize this.
Yeah.
But like the other day, it was maybe 2 days ago, it was real bad because I was
Mm,
extremely overwhelmed because work was being work and I was just not having a good time. And I
sure.
could actively feel myself like starting to not break down, but like
Mm,
just actively lose it, get irritated with everybody, get very frustrated. Um, and I was
sure.
like, okay, this is fine. We're gonna feel our feelings. We're just gonna keep distancing ourselves from people so we don't blow up on anybody. We're just not having a great time.
Right.
And so then I was like, what I don't want to do right now is
Mm,
shut down because I hate when I shut down because it's not fun.
yeah.
Because it's also like, dang, I'm at work. I really don't need to be dealing with all this stuff right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Time and a place, body. Time
uh,
and a place.
yeah, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I do end up shutting down, and it's
Mm,
really weird because sometimes I do feel myself being more the feeler, the emotion, the
yeah.
body, than being the thoughts, the logic, the mind, and so. Uh, it was like probably the peak of when it was bad within the last month, where I was in one
Ah.
of our empty apartments and I just laid on the floor for a good 20 minutes, just like on the verge of tears.
Oh
And like I
gosh.
started crying and I felt myself like actively breaking down. But then
Yeah.
I hear my mind, because at this point I'm not thinking, I'm
Right.
just feeling. And so at a certain point, I just hear myself say, "Why are you crying? We don't have time for this right now." And then I just stop.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Like it's bad. It's very bad.
No understanding for the brain going, it's okay. I know. This sucks. You're just like,
Yeah,
get
no.
up.
He
The
brain the
hell you
brain,
doing
brain
down there?
Isaiah is very aware of this. I'm very aware of that
Right.
this sucks and everything, but it's like there's a time and a place. The problem
Mm,
is whenever I get home, it's all that like the moment's already passed. I'm not in that headspace anymore.
sure.
and
Yeah.
so I don't deal with it, and it just gets bottled up, and I hate that it gets bottled up
Yeah.
because it's like I have not properly dealt with this stuff. But now that I'm home, I'm like, I'm just too tired to even deal with this. I'm
Mm.
just gonna just veg out. I'm gonna maybe journal if I'm feeling like it. I'm gonna just distract myself. I'm just fully dissociate and play games or something. Uh,
That's
but yeah,
understandable. That is fair.
that's just a brief glimpse into my mental health fun, which is why I need
Oh
to go
gosh.
back to therapy.
Yeah. I what do you think how would they be able to help? Would they offer like self-soothing methods or just like talking it out? You think talking it out would help?
I guess it would depend on what I want, I guess.
Hmm.
Because I mean, I actively went to therapy for like 5 or 6 years straight, and had
Sure.
several different therapists due to not being able to go back to the school therapist, or like after I graduated, getting a new one. And
Right.
then I just stopped because I was like, I don't need therapy anymore. Oh, that's another issue that I deal with is
I've
gaslighting
been
myself that I'm
therapized. You gaslight yourself out of therapization.
out of therapization and that I am not mentally ill, because
Mm.
that was the reason why I was having that breakdown that one day.
Oh,
When
okay.
I told myself to stop, because I was like, is there anything actually wrong with me, or have I been faking it all for attention?
Oh, I understand that. I understand that.
Yeah, a lot of self-doubt runs in these veins.
That's oh gosh, there's a word for that. I've seen that word before.
The word is
It'll come to me.
you need therapy. No, it was to the point to where like I was actively online, like researching, like, am I
Mm.
faking this? Blah blah blah. And one fun fact: if you have to ask yourself if you're faking it, you probably aren't. But
I've
if you
heard that.
are
Yeah.
faking it and you know you're faking it, that's a whole other mental illness, apparently.
Yes. I think
Which I don't know what it's called
I don't know
anymore.
if it's imposter syndrome. That doesn't sound right.
No. Well, that
It's like
is
wait, it's like
that
you
could be an aspect of it, though.
yeah, it's you accusing yourself of having it's like 3 layers deep. We're you're accusing yourself of faking imposter syndrome. Wait,
Because you feel like you. So
did I say it? Yeah,
hold
yeah, I
on,
think
hold on. Usually, whenever I think of imposter syndrome, I think of it more as like with stuff that I want to be proud about.
Sure.
Which is why I don't release a lot of things anymore, because I don't think they're good enough. But that's a whole other thing, and an issue with perfectionism.
You know, that's literally that's okay. Sorry, yeah,
No, you're good. So we are aware that I am mentally ill.
sure. Check that box
I've
off.
got trauma. I
Yep.
got hella trauma for a lot of different things. I've been to therapy for years. I've been
Right.
properly diagnosed with certain things.
Yeah.
Like, went to therapy to actively work on these things. And then so mentally ill at the base.
Right.
And then
Strong base that.
I'll be mentally ill, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, we don't have time for that. Why are we mentally ill? You're
Right.
fine. Chill out.
The
So
bottle it up method.
then there's that method, and then
Yep.
once everything is all fine and I'm good, everything's normal, and I'm okay, it goes, is there anything actually wrong with you? Or are you just doing this for attention?
Ah,
Are you
I
faking
see.
this? You're just being dramatic, which is something I've been told a lot of my life.
Mm.
But anyways, that's a whole other conversation.
Uh-huh.
And then, the fourth level of that is, am I faking this? Am I not actually mentally ill? Is there nothing actually wrong with me? There's
Right.
definitely something wrong with me. But when you're in
Yeah.
that headspace, you really don't believe that. And then 5 is circling back to it again, because you're like, no, I am mentally ill.
Mm.
And I can't convince myself that I'm not, even though, because I know I am. So stop trying to convince yourself that you're not. You need help. And then the cycle restarts again.
Yeah. Go back to the
It's
beginning
a very
and then
vicious cycle, especially when it comes to having to open up to people. I'm a very open person. I'm a very emotionally intelligent person. I'm a
sure.
very, I'll tell you what's going on.
Yeah.
However, it's not always easy.
Right.
And so, like with Chris, I've known him for a while.
Yeah.
We've been dating for a while. And like this stuff like really was reaching its head 1 to 2 months ago. It's calmed down by now.
Ooh, okay.
I didn't say much to him until about a month after it initially started,
Oh
and then I
gosh.
didn't reveal half the stuff that I've told you today until last
Ah,
week.
I see.
because we were just hanging out or whatever. We were just talking about something, and then I don't know what happened or like how it came up in conversation, but like I may have said something about like how I'm like nervous to talk to him about things, and he was like, "Well, like we're dating, like we're in a relationship. You don't have to be afraid to tell me things. Like if you feel afraid, that's okay. But like I want you to feel comfortable enough to tell me things if it's like something's bothering you." And I was like, I mean, do you want to know what's going on? Because I'll tell you.
Yeah.
But that was me being hella bold because I was nervous as hell.
Right.
And I was like, if I don't be bold in this moment, I'm not gonna do it. So I'm gonna be bold and be like, oh, it's no big deal. Because if I actually show how much of a big deal it is, I'm not gonna want to do it. And that's why we're here right now.
So you hit him with the no big deal, and then you trauma dumped on him for like, I'm imagining 3 or 4 hours.
For it. No,
I know. Yeah,
it was only like maybe 45 minutes, but that was me talking about things from all the way back to like May.
Sure.
Including my own insecurities and issues with our relationship at that point. Due to just communication issues.
Sure.
Or lack thereof. But and I was like, this isn't me now though. I'm fine. Right. This is what he was going through. This is how he felt about it at the time.
Sure.
Blah 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 blah. But what's it called?
He referring to you a month in the past at this point?
Yeah. Any time in the past at that point.
Right.
But
you're like one of those not a snake, but like, you know, a bug that kind of like sheds its skull. Sheds its
my exoskeleton.
Thank you. Yeah, I can't speak.
I'm a lobster.
Yeah, or a crab.
I'll live forever.
You're like, you know what? This shell's done. And you go find another shell.
Yeah, pretty much. And I've been dealing with a lot of issues with like my true self as well. And like me and my friends, we make jokes about being on the spectrum a lot because like it's one of those things where it's like there's a lot of I don't even say similarities. There's a lot of traits that are present in all of us,
right?
And so we're like, there's no way we're not. But like, it's one of those things where it's like, are we actually? And if we're not, what's going on? Like, what is actually like up here?
Yeah.
If it's not being on the spectrum, and so it's one of those things where I've been trying to stop saying that as much because it's like also kind of insensitive to people who are on the spectrum.
Oh yeah, I get that.
Especially if I'm not at the end of the day.
Yeah, you're glory stealing from the
exactly
from the spectrum.
Absolutely no. And it's one of those things that's like when like I really started looking into it and like different traits and like how it shows up in different people, things like that, and I'm like, oh, that kind of shows up with me. Or like, oh, that's definitely something I do. It's like, is it because of that? Is it like, do I have ADHD? Like, what's going on?
Sure.
And so then, like, I'll genuinely ask people, and then they'll just be like, looking in my room about for all the stuff I have in my room. I'm like, guys, that's not what you think it is. I just like collecting the Dragon Ball figures.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with the hyperfixation. That's totally
my brother
normal.
had the nerve. I think it was my brother had the nerve to try to call me out on that, and I was like, first of all, or maybe it was Chris. It might have been Chris. First of all, this is my collection that I've gathered over the last since 2018. So almost 8 years.
Sure.
I could have a lot more than this if I really wanted to, but I don't.
Completely agree. I've seen evidence of people who have gone way off the deep end, way faster as well. I appreciate your pacing.
Oh yeah, because
you don't have like a wall; you just have a shelf.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh,
that's it.
Is it getting bigger?
Well, there's 3 shelves. There's some on my dresser, and then there's another stand shelf in the corner. That's about as tall as I am. But it's not all just Dragon Ball figures. There's other things up there too. There's some Sonic things.
Okay.
There's little D&D figures.
Okay, Sonic isn't helping your case. Okay, D&D, yeah.
I'll have you know I don't have Sonic autism. That is my boyfriend.
Oh gosh. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Like minds, I see.
Shut up. But what was I gonna say? My current hyperfixation is stickers, which I've been collecting more.
Oh yeah.
And it's a fun time. But I bring that up to say I remember when I was like looking into like just people with autism and like how it shows and things like that, and
Yeah.
thinking to myself, what if I am autistic? I don't feel autistic. And like I was talking to Chanel about it a while ago.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, what does it mean to feel autistic? And I was like,
Wow, hell of a question.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I think the way that my brain was understanding it is, once I would, if I was autistic, I would think a certain way or act a certain way or feel a certain way, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so then when she said that, I was just kind of like, well, if I was on the spectrum and this is just me at base form, like normally, why would it change after I would find out if I was? Like, why is it any different now than
Sure.
before if I was, you know? And so
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's like, just because you find out new information about yourself doesn't mean that it's changed what was already there.
Yeah, like your fundamental. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
So like me realizing the thing about CPTSD thing, or like doing more research into that, I should say, it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't like my brain was like, oh dang, well now that I know I have that, am I like I should be doing this, or like I should act a certain way, or this and this and that. But it's
Right.
like, if it was already there and that's normal to you,
Yeah.
why would it change after finding out? You know?
Sure.
And so that's something I need to unpack.
Sure. Yeah. At
um
least when you know about it, then you could start taking actions against it.
oh yeah, absolutely. Um yeah, because that also kind of goes back to the whole, am I faking it?
Right. Yeah.
But that's again a whole other thing. Today's all about Isaiah's mental health issues.
Oh yeah. Apparently, that's it's good that you know it's good to vent this stuff. You know, I think talking helps work a lot of stuff out.
Well, see, all I do is talk. So, but no, like it's cool. Not like in a, oh, that's so neat, but just like
Yeah.
cool to find out, because it's like, oh, okay. And like things that I've been doing have been, I don't want to say combating it, but combating my issues
Mm-hmm.
recently. Or like I'll start I've been remembering a lot more about my childhood, especially when
Okay.
there was another person involved. So like whenever I'm talking to my brother, especially, we'll just be talking whatever, and then I'll just bring something will just pop up, and I'm like, so do you remember that one time?
Yeah.
Or like, I think I've talked about how I got stuck on top of a fence trying to jump it.
Oh, okay.
With before, maybe I didn't, but so my elementary school, we had a gate around the school, past the and it went past the playground, and that's the way we would go to leave to go home. That day it was
Right.
locked, so all the kids had to hop the fence. I hopped the fence, and my pants and my nether regions got caught in the little
My
spoke.
fear. I still have that
Oh,
fear to this
it wasn't
day.
fun. And my brother completely forgot about it, and then he remembered it, and then he started laughing at me because he's like, dude, just jump down. Meanwhile, I'm afraid that I've just ruptured something.
Yep.
I'm terrified for my life.
You're up 6 feet in the air. You're like, if I do anything, I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna break something.
Or even worse, rip something off. Like,
You know that
it was
also.
rough.
Yep.
But like I've been remembering a lot more things as of late, so that makes me
Mm,
happy, and it's making me think, well, or maybe I am recovering from it
maybe
some
so.
more.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I could say I probably have, I don't know, 15 memories of my childhood.
mhm.
Not much. I don't even think it's because, like, I don't, not because of trauma or anything. I just don't really, I have a really bad memory,
Yeah,
except for
probably
very
because you got
specific
dropped on the
things.
head.
Could have been that. Well, that wasn't me. That was, I think that was everybody else in my family. We
Oh
all,
no.
I'm just the baby that got to sit there and go like, adios.
I don't think I was dropped on my head. Was I? I don't think so. Apparently, according to
Mm.
my aunt, I was like the happy baby that rarely ever cried.
Hey, there you go. Yeah.
So explains why I'm just a optimistic, happy guy, I guess.
Yeah.
Life is great. And
You're
then I got burned with an iron.
predisposed to happiness, and then you get stuck on a fence one day, and your
Yeah.
life totally changes.
No, because like I'm just getting flashes of memories of my childhood. I think the roaches were a big fear of mine. Bugs
Yeah,
in general. I hated bugs. And I
still
just
do,
remember
don't
one
you?
day it was gym or PE. It was like third grade or something,
Yeah.
and we were jogging all around like the outside area,
Uh-huh.
and or walking or jogging or whatever, and that's all we were doing that day, which was fine, totally great.
Mhm.
And I just remember it was like I had PE in the morning time, so like the dew was still on the grass, the sun was still kind of coming up. It was
Yeah.
very brisk. It was nice. It was autumn time,
Yeah.
and I'm just minding my own business, and then all of a sudden something smacks my leg,
Oh
and
gosh.
I'm like, "What the heck is that?" And little me, I look down. There's a grasshopper like this big that just hit my
Whoa.
leg
Oh
and just
yeah.
jumped onto my shorts.
Yep.
Panic,
Yeah.
sheer panic and fear.
I'm actually impressed grasshoppers are still as scary as they are. I
They're
know
terrifying.
they can't do anything. They have no offensive capabilities, yet when they jump directly at your face,
You're
you
cooked.
still
You're
flinch.
done. I think I think A Bug's Life did irreparable damage.
That's fair. They portrayed them as monsters.
Yeah, either you were terrified of them or you had the hots for Hopper. There is no in between.
Mm. No,
Uh
nobody claimed like, you know what, that is my Hopper's the name of
the
the
main
main.
antagonist, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, no, he is my alpha. I will follow him to the end. I am a grasshopper. I'm not Hopper,
Yeah.
but
I'm
I'm
not
one of
Hopper.
Hopper's underlings there.
Yeah. I'll follow him to the end of the earth. Couldn't be me. I was all about the caterpillar. That was my favorite character.
I can see it. I totally see it. I bet you did the voice too.
I
He
don't
was
think
German.
so. As of right now, I don't remember ever doing the German accent.
Oh, okay. All right.
I did. I think at that point in time, I was doing what I guess we called the baby accent at that point, though, where me
Oh,
and my friends would just talk like babies,
right,
but not
right.
like babbling and everything, but just like really high pitched babyish voices talking to each other.
Sure.
You know how like people and couples like baby talk to each other?
Sure. Yeah.
Imagine that, but even more high pitched because we were like kids,
Man.
and that was just what we did. Oh, it was that, and it was British accents.
Oh gosh. Your poor mom.
I did it at school. I didn't do it at home.
Oh, okay.
At least
Sorry, then the
the
poor
baby talk. The British
teachers.
was absolutely
The
the
British was
British
at
was
home.
absolutely at home.
Nice.
I have a song that I released called Little Me,
Yeah.
and it's a recording that my grandma has, that my nana has, of me when I was younger. I don't know how young I was, but like
Yeah.
very high pitched. And he goes, "Hello, governor. My name was Isaiah Lamb. Please leave a message after the beep. Beep."
You recorded a voicemail.
Apparently, and my grandma just had it, and she had sent it to me one day, and I was like,
Yeah.
"This is hilarious," and I know that that's me. That's something that I absolutely would do as a kid.
Sure. Yeah.
Excuse me. And so I use that at the beginning of my song called "Little Me," which
Yeah.
is all about. It's just a message, and I use that as like a voicemail
Mm-hmm.
note, and then the rest of the song is a voicemail. I'm leaving a voicemail on his phone to him
Oh, that's a cool
in the
idea.
past.
I dig that. Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
it's fun song.
okay, this ties into one of the topics that I have written down here. This is a question. Is it
Yeah,
better to release content that is, by your standard, not as good as you could do,
no,
or
sorry.
the second half of this, or be paralyzed by perfectionism and never release anything?
So, did you write this because of me or?
This has happened to a couple of people, myself included. Myself, my
Well,
cousin, and you.
Well, you already know how I go about this. I mean, look at you, JS.
Yeah.
I would love to put out content that I felt was subpar. However, it has been instilled upon to me by my own mother that if it is not great, it is not. Good is not great.
Okay.
It has to be great at the very least. But there has been times where I have been like, this is good enough.
Right.
I don't need to make it perfect. The music I've released is examples of that. Could it have been better? Absolutely, it could have been. Could I have used more time to make it better? 100%.
Sure.
But I said no. I told myself I'm gonna release this, so I'm gonna do it, and
That's
that's
the
what I
power
did.
of the date. Yeah. You
Yeah.
like,
The
it's
problem
coming out.
is that's why but that ideology is gone again, and that's why I
Mm.
haven't released any music in the last
Yep.
3 years. I've got I've got a little collection of things that are either ready to be recorded, ready
Mhm.
to have music made, or possibly ready to be put out. But my brain says I can't put this out because it's not good enough yet.
Okay. So you're pretty firmly in the camp of
Unfortunately, it's not. I don't want to be like that, and I'm gonna try to force myself to just say to just do it, to just
Yeah.
make the content, and then do what I can up until a certain point, and then say, okay, I've been sitting on this for too long. I just need to
Mhm.
put it out. That's why my comic book, my comic book is a great
Right.
example of
Sure.
something that I said, screw it, I'm gonna just put it out. I've got technically two chapters. It's one chapter, but it's cut in 2 parts.
Right.
That I've put out on Webtoons currently.
Hey,
Um,
nice, okay.
could it be a lot better? Absolutely. But am I still proud of what I did? 100%.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I'm trying to approach that or approach it like that with everything that I do, because
Mhm.
I want to put stuff out there for people to see and to view and to enjoy. Because I have great ideas.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have great execution.
You gotta go for it.
That's also why my friends keep yelling at me to release a book. I told myself that was one of my goals for this year was to release a book.
You got
I completely
time.
forgot about that till
You
now.
got a month.
Well, let's see if I have the money to do so, but we'll see what happens. But
That's one of the beautiful things about Google Docs. It's free, baby.
yeah, apparently Google Docs sucks for story writing though.
I
Uh,
agree with that. Yeah, that's fair.
but I think
Obsidian all the way.
that's gonna be my next project. Now I'm gonna try to
Mm.
make myself see whatever I need to do to actively release the book, or at least get it printed out and like bind it into like a
Like
notebook or like
a single physical copy for a limited
yeah.
edition run.
For now, yeah, because I know Jacob wants one of my books. I know other people have said that they would buy it if I had
Yeah.
released a book. Then right now I have two options. One of them is, I guess, paranormal kind of fantasy, old
Ah,
timey kind of
okay.
Japan. The one about the demons, the demon hunter, Loki.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Uh, the demon hunting one where his sister gets kidnapped. It's a whole thing. And then the other one is a a boys love little story.
Oh, nice.
An MLM, if you will. That was my attempt at enemies to lovers.
Oh,
And full of
yeah.
drama.
I
Uh,
haven't made any progress on the CZN fanfic. It's
it's
still
fine.
sitting
It's
in
fine.
my
You
it's sitting in
just
my
you just
docs.
you just started sort of the idea process.
That's true. That's true. That's true. I'm dreaming about it at night now. Yeah.
Cause yeah. But I'm gonna try to keep you updated on that. I still want to do that. I think I'm gonna try to do that as a
Nice.
Christmas gift to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh,
or I
Christmas.
guess other people. Yeah, I mean, I got a
Yeah.
month left, so
True. Yeah.
but maybe if not Christmas, at least like get it to where it is sent out
Hmm.
and like published to be published and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's definitely gonna be like a self-published thing. More than likely, I don't
Sure.
expect to
Yeah.
like send it to like an editor or anything like that. Because right now it's just like I want to have people look at this.
Yeah. I think from my understanding, it's pretty easy to do on like Amazon. I think you
Yeah,
can self-publish pretty easily on there.
yeah. I think my Nana has like 4 books self-published right now.
Sick. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's to answer your question, I would love to be able to just make something subpar to my standards and still be like, okay, it's fine. I
Yeah.
can like edit it later. I mean, I guess I could still do that with most things.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
the Beatles, right?
yeah.
I'm pretty sure Abbey Road, the like biggest album of all time. Well, I think Michael Jackson has eclipsed them, but it was the biggest album, right? They just ran it. They're
Mm-hmm.
just like, we have these kind of ideas for these songs. They did like one recording and they went, done, it's done. Let's get out of here. And they bailed.
Hella fair. Yeah, like with the music that I've been working on recently, like obviously, if you've listened to my stuff, it's a lot more sad boy hours.
Sure.
Um, But with the latest stuff I've been working on, I've been trying to do more. So one of my biggest music inspirations is Baby No Money. I love him so much.
Oh yeah,
He's
yeah.
currently
Listening to
my
a lot
favorite
more of his
artist.
music recently. He's very fun.
Yeah, like he just released an album last month, and was it last month? Yeah,
That's probably why the algorithm is getting to
it was
me.
either September or October. Anyways, he just released an album, and that's the first album I listened to this year.
Wow,
Like,
this
I
late?
don't listen to albums very much.
Sure.
And so he said he was releasing an album. I said, I'm gonna listen to that because I've been listening to Baby No Money since I was in college.
Yeah,
before
yeah.
he even got big. So all of y'all are pansies and fakers. I'm a real
classic.
I've been listening since he was underground. But he released an album. I've been listening to that. And Cupcake or Cupcocky, she released an album as well.
Yeah.
And she's known for more vulgar kind of music.
Sure.
Which we'll talk about that later. But she released an album, and I believe she's also like an independent artist. I don't know if Baby No Money is, but I believe she's an independent artist. Anyways, but like with both of their albums, just listening to them, it was really nice to see or I guess hear that they were just having a good time with the music they were making.
Right, yeah.
And they were just saying whatever they wanted. They were having a good time. Some of like Cupcake songs are hilarious because it's like, what in your mind made you think like this bar or like this title and said,
yeah,
this is the one.
Right, yeah.
And like Baby No Money, if you just look at his music videos, he's quite literally just a guy having a good time. And I'm fully convinced that he's just making music to fund his cosplaying.
Really? I mean,
he cosplays all the time, dude.
Really? I didn't know that. That's cool.
That's my theory. But also I saw an interview where somebody was like, "Yeah, you must be making a lot of money because you keep putting up hits and everything." He goes, "Not really, because he only gets like 50% of the cut, and then he gives the rest of it to the rest of his teams."
Yeah,
which you don't see that a lot because a lot of times only the figurehead is the person that gets the money.
Right, yeah.
And that's stupid and dumb. And I thought that was very admirable of him. But like just them having fun and just making music that is a banger and a bop. You can tell when somebody's trying to make music for fun and like having a good time versus whenever they're being forced to make music.
Right, yeah.
Or they're too serious about it. And so like I'm trying to take a lot of inspiration from that with the stuff that I've been working on lately. And just have a fun time, have a good time. The problem with that though is some of the music is good, but it's not kind of fitting the time period we're in right now in the winter. A handful of it is like summertime or like spring break vibes.
Sure, okay.
So like one of the songs I think I've showed you before, Jacob's been wanting me to release for like the last 2 years. And I'm like, it's not done yet. I haven't finished it. It's technically done, but I want to re-record it again for like the 4th time.
Oh my god.
But I might just say, screw it. I'm gonna do one more attempt. There's one specific part that I've been like feeling about.
Yeah.
But like I just need to do a little bit more editing, and then I want to maybe redo that one part a little bit better. And then I'm gonna say that's it. I'm not touching this no more. It's ready to go. But then I got to figure out: am I just trying to release singles, or do I want to try to do like another EP? Do I want to do a full album?
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see what happens. But maybe I'll try to make a Christmas song.
A Christmas song? Nice.
Yeah.
Maybe you should make one about Thanksgiving. There's not enough songs about Thanksgiving.
True. Thanksgiving's a week away though.
That's true.
I don't think I have enough time. Even if I like finished it today, I don't know how soon it will be published. I don't know if it will publish before Thanksgiving.
True. Yeah. Those things do take a couple of days, and that's not counting like actually making the song.
Yeah, and then all the different platforms release at different times too.
True. Yeah.
Ow. Unless I release it on Thanksgiving. Maybe.
You could have like rocking around the Christmas tree, but it's rocking around
the turkey.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Listen, I'm trying to get you on something.
Oh,
I'm trying to get your alternate persona on something.
Right. Yep. I mean, I am definitely speaking about the like trying to release more stuff. I definitely have fallen prey to that mentality, that like the perfectionism side of things.
Yeah.
Like the audio book I've been trying to write again in that zone. But luckily, because I've been playing, right, or I've been running, I should say, my like second campaign for this group that I've been working on, it's very much like it's not done.
Yeah.
I'm making stuff up. My notes before the session are like, I don't even know what to do. I'm just going to go off of what I remember. And I'm just sitting down there going, well, I think we're going to talk to this person, and then we're going to do this battle. And that's going to be the whole thing. So it's very much like, I think I'm coming to understand now that I don't even know, 5 years of time that I got to work on the first campaign, running it over and over and over again is unrealistic. I don't think that's ever going to happen again. And that's terrifying and painful because I loved that process. And that made me so comfortable with the scenario that I was like able to do whatever I wanted in there. This time, the scenario is half-baked at best. I don't fully understand what's going on. And it's like, there's a part of it that's total improv. And it's very different vibe.
As the DM, all you're doing is giving them the book that has... That you're giving them the book, and they're filling in the blanks. Sometimes the blanks that they have change the course of the rest of the book, but you're just doing it chapter by chapter.
Mm-hmm. That was the beauty of the first one. Is I had the structure, and then I got to throw everybody into there and watch the structure change. Now it's like I have what I hope is a structure, and I'm watching people go through it, and like, I'm finding out what's not holding up, which is exactly what I did with the first campaign. But this time I'm like, okay, this puzzle doesn't make any sense. They just skipped over 90% of the lore in this place.
Yeah.
What the hell do I do?
I mean, to be fair, the first time you're in it with my group, we're the kind of people who were like, dang, we're trying to solve a mystery. We need all the information we can get. This other group sounds like they're just training through everything. Like, they're bulldozing through it all. Which is fine.
The example, this is the scenario, right, that they just skipped past, right? There's an asylum. Well, it's a medical facility that they have been told they had a mission to go in there, and they had 3 objectives. The first objective was find the remains of the detective that was with him, because they had like a ghost version of him, and they needed to find his original form. That was mission number 1. Mission number 2 was what brought the detective there in the first place, which was a patient inside of there had managed to get a plea, like a letter for help, out. And that's what brought him in the first place. They had to find her. The third mission was, this facility was the primary place where they were studying a deadly contagion that was killing everybody in the city. They didn't find the girl because they skipped the entire asylum part. I should have probably done something about this. You know, I have this thing in effect on the bottom floor, right? It was a key card facility. There were no locks to pick. I didn't think about that when they tried to break into a second story window, because I'm like, why would they have key cards up here? This would obviously just be locked. Should have been key carded, right? Now I know that for the next game. Don't let them bypass this. This is where they
climb up.
Yeah, but there's yeah. So they bypassed that. They skipped. So they skipped the person that was trapped inside the facility. They skipped all of the research on the first and second floors and just went immediately down to the basement, which is where they're supposed to go.
Stuff is happening.
Yes, that and so then they discovered, oh yes, that's where the detective's body is. I basically had to, halfway through the session, I had to take everything that I had written for the first and second floors and move it down to the basement. And I'm like, please God, let them explore inside of here. And I was like, there's 3 ways to go. This one's full of undead. That one is like a hallway, and then there's like a side hallway over here. And they just went like, well, that's a side hallway. Let's go that way. And they just went right down the main hallway towards the boss, towards the end of the dungeon, basically. Skipped all the lore, skipped all the people they're supposed to rescue inside of there. And then at the end, they didn't even recover Gavale, the detective. He got turned into a goop monster because that's, part of the boss fight. and then they got sucked through a portal because they activated a thing. And so it was the whole scenario was an absolute disaster. And I feel like it's not even my fault because I was at least prepared.
So
question:
did they manage to complete any of their objectives?
They didn't find Swisha. They didn't find. Well, I had to lore dump off of the doctor about the her going like, there is no cure, there's only controlling the contagion. I know how to control it. And then I had a really cool, I don't know if you recall much about Green, but she wore an eye patch.
I don't remember that now.
Yeah, maybe you don't remember because that was sort of in the middle. That was like 4 years ago. That was like the last game that we had. But she basically has this eye patch that lets her connect neurally into the pillar network, which is causing a lot of the problems and this whole thing, right? She was already wearing it for you guys, but I was like, I want to have a scene where she literally takes this thing with like a spike attached to it and just goes bam and just like explodes her own eyeball, right? And then that like connects her into the network. So I got to do that, explain how to control it, and then she kind of like started mind controlling the dead zombies.
Yeah, you made Evil Morty.
Evil Morty?
From Rick and Morty?
Oh, from Rick and Morty. Yes, that was actually where the idea came from, with like his little eye patch thing. I was like, that's pretty badass, but he could detach his.
Yeah.
Mine is a very, very permanent, a fixture to her face. So they basically got nothing done, and then I take that back. They didn't help Gavel. They didn't help Swisha. They didn't help the other people that were in the asylum, and I told them there were other people in the asylum. Like, there was literally I don't know if you recall this particular scene, but the place where you had a pillar is now just a cauldron. Mm-hmm. And the equivalent of like Sandman from Spider-Man is trapped in there. Except he's a gelatinous cube that is stuck in a permanent state of, it can't reform because of a substances inside of there. And I piqued their interest enough that they went and investigated it, and then they went, well, nothing we can do here.
Oh no!
And left the guy in the thing, so he's still in there, stuck.
Jeez. Yeah, no, I remember because we recovered not one but 3 people from that whole asylum.
Yeah. There are people in there. There are.
That's so crazy. Like, I couldn't even imagine that. I'm the kind of person, as I've probably talked about, if I'm playing like an RPG, I'm doing all the side missions before I continue on with the story.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's a place that is left to explore, I'm gonna go back and check it out before. Like, even if like in Dragon Age, whenever like I'm doing my main quest, it's pretty much a guided place you got to go. It would take, if I was going straight to do the quest, get that done, go to the next cutscene, that'd probably take maybe 20 minutes, depending on what's going on. Me, I take over an hour because I search every nook and cranny. I try to find every chest. I try to get as much gold as I can. I try to plunder. I find every enemy I can find. Like, I'm trying to make sure I get everything, all the resources I can.
Right, yeah. They got none of the items that were in there either. I couldn't figure out a way to give them the items.
The binoculars, the maps, the information.
Those things have slightly changed a little bit.
Okay.
That got baked into a guy that you met in like literally the last session that we had was
in the intro
the brother. Yeah, the king of the brother, or the brother of the king. I
remember him now.
He is now that map basically for functionally, yeah.
Well, because if he wasn't, who knows what they would do next?
I know. It's.
Did they even talk to the wizard to begin with the T?
Tertiary? No, they haven't had a need to go talk to him yet. He saw them. Well, like they made eye contact because he saw them enter into what's called Sabletown now, which used to be the Gray Sector.
Yeah.
He like saw them come in, and they saw him up on top of his tower, and then he just kind of turned around and left.
Did they have to sneak in?
They bribed the guards.
Oh, I guess that's fair. I guess we could have done that too.
Yeah.
I think they were just brute forcing their way. We were real clever with how we got through there. That's all I gotta say.
I completely agree. I actually swung that by them. That exact scenario of using one of the like people that goes around and collects people's bodies on carts.
That's where Mephilius comes in.
Yep. Yeah. Because I was like, I love that idea so much. Mephilius is still a character. Kind
Yeah.
of. That's not that exact character, but the body collector is still around. So it's
I
like they
think
could have totally done
because
that.
we did that, we buried ourselves under some bodies, and then I think when we were escaping, we did the same thing, but we we were all turned invisible, so then it looked like he wasn't carrying anything out.
I think that's right. Yeah, I
Because
don't
then it was
recall
like, why
how
are you
y'all.
leaving with bodies?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah,
But that's crazy. I couldn't imagine doing that.
yeah. But I mean, now I feel like I have kicked them because we're only on like session 4. I think maybe this next one's gonna be session 5. Yeah, we're playing once a week.
How?
We're flying through it.
How?
I
It took us like 2 months to get
know
through the gray sector alone.
That's why I'm like I've sped it up quite a bit because I'm like
Slow
this
it down.
obviously does not need to be as long as the first one. I'm hoping it's about the same length, but because the last campaign took us like a year and a half to get through, I'm like we got to do this faster. So I'm hoping this one, at the rate that we're going, is only going to be 6 months.
John, run me through a solar campaign in Anio. Let's do it. Come on, right now.
Right now?
Right now.
I don't have it. I don't have enough prepared.
Whatever.
I could theoretically start freeballing stuff, but I want to make maps. You're not letting me do what I need to do. We could just go back to the. We could go back to the. Oh gosh, what was that one called that we did?
The one in the corner with the tower.
Yeah, the tower. The
we did that like once.
I know we haven't scheduled another one after that. We
and
could.
Jacob's
though.
Always busy.
Yeah, it's still there. Yeah,
I'll think about it. Maybe I'll try to convince him to. I might. No, I don't want. I don't want to fill you up too much stuff. Because I was like, maybe we can just run another campaign. I've got friends who want to play.
Oh, I mean, okay. I've actually thought about this before, where it's like, I mean, part of the reason that I made that Discord group was so that I could bring in more people. I'm only like one person, right? It's going to be very difficult for me to
manage all those groups.
Right. So like I've been thinking about how do I expand this? And one of them is I bring in another DM, right? Or I start I start a West March, right? Where I get booked once a week by the players that are inside of there to run the game. Mm-hmm. So like only 4 people. But my time is getting I don't know, monopolized seems like the wrong word, but like I can only run one game, right?
Yeah.
Which means that the people that I could be running the game for, right? Like if you and your friends wanted me to run a game for you, at this point I would have to say no because I literally don't have the time for it.
I don't blame you at all. You've got too much going on.
But like I want to is the thing. It's like I love running games and I love how running Anio helps me build it. Mm. I'm not so good like just developing it on my own. I can get the framework down, but already, trial by firing Lowvale has helped me see this puzzle needs work. I got a key card all the damn doors because otherwise I should have said no. I should have said you can't break into this place. It was a high DC. They just rolled really good. But, whatever, right? I want to run it for other people.
You can do little mini campaigns, like not one. I'm not saying do this now, but I'm saying because you got so much in your world. If you want to like do world building even more, what if you get like little mini campaigns, like in the Lurelin Breach, how we did that as like a side quest.
Oh yeah,
and all that stuff.
Well, you technically didn't even get through a quarter of that content. You did what 2 towns of the. Well, no, yeah,
we
you
were
did.
At Lakes Lost.
Yep, and then you kind of did the Vantage Mercenary Company. Though
we just kind of went there and chatted with them and got.
They're not really like a set location. They're like a
traveling entourage.
They do everything. Like they slot in anywhere. So like you did Lakes Lost, but you didn't quite do it all because you didn't do the treasure hunt. You said screw that, we don't need the gold.
We were busy.
Yeah, exactly. You did Vantage Mercenary Company partially.
We did the volcano.
Yes, that those are two are tied together.
Okay.
And then you kind of did no, actually, you kind of fully did the like Immus Mine, the dwarven place,
Oh, I
which had
forgot
like the
about that.
cockatrice
Yeah.
inside that like turned people into stone. You didn't do the capital city, and the capital city is dense, and you didn't do the other small town, which is well, no, I don't think you did. I think you went there. That was the one where they worship that sapphire stone.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I don't think you fully did that. So it's like, yeah, you did that in itself could be an entire campaign
Fair enough.
just because of the capital town.
Mhm.
I need to tie more of that in together, but because I didn't get very far when y'all were doing it. But
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you weren't expecting to do it when we were doing it, so
it's like when my stream group teleported themselves across the world to the Elven lands, and I had to
the
start
place you
going.
hadn't even started yet.
Well, I had stems. I had like a line written, like the
Yeah.
capital city of the elves. That was what was there. That's like, okay, I know who the queen is. She has the power of foresight. That's it. That was the whole town. I had to start panicking and making stuff up. Yeah. So it's like I don't know if I still thrive in that kind of conditions,
Mm-hmm.
but I need to play more with more people, because the more people that I bring into it, the more varied the experience becomes.
Yeah.
So like once this group finishes, right, the game that I'm playing now, which theoretically, I don't know, 4 more months, right? So in April, right, is when my next opening, quote unquote, will be available.
Mm-hmm.
That I could run it. I could run campaign 3 for the same group, right? Because they seem to be into it and they seem to want to keep going.
Yeah, I think you should. I think well, depending on how things go, of course, but I think
Right. Yeah.
they might be your best option in terms of consistency.
True. That's very true. But like then my other option is, do I go back and run campaign 2 again for a different group? I think I'm
True.
done with campaign 1 for a while.
Yeah, I mean, you've done it what, 4 times?
To completion 3 times. Well, to completion twice. Like a chunk of it through, I think 4 times. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty flushed out. Definitely, I think
Yeah.
running it with a different group with a low veil would be pretty solid.
Yeah.
And maybe see how different they do it. Maybe they just blow up the asylum.
Could be, yeah. The problem is I designed the first campaign specifically as like an onboarding into the world.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like people missing out on all of the lore that's in the first campaign, like it doesn't necessarily hold you back from the second one, but I've had to explain like, oh yeah, these shadow monsters, the Muir, my first group already knew about them. They'd encountered them in the first one, and they'd had the explanation of the war in the north already
Fair
ongoing.
enough. Same.
When I reintroduced these characters to this group again, like, oh, only 3 of the 5 players knew about this. So I had to re-explain the war non-diegetically, right? I was like,
Yeah.
oh, right, your characters would know about this.
Mm-hmm.
This is what's going on. Try not to let this influence your decision, right?
I guess another thing would be if you ran campaign 2 with a whole new group who did never play campaign 1, right?
Yeah.
You'd have to choose what events happened in the first campaign before then. Because with my group, we had Evros become the king, and then that kind of influenced some events towards the end of that campaign.
Yeah.
Versus this group, where something else happened in campaign 1. So how is that going to change what's going to happen in campaign 2?
Yeah. I mean, I could maybe do like some dice rolls. I think there's a couple of games that I've had, like Mass Effect. You can technically jump into the third game, but you have to simulate the first 2 games.
Yeah. That's how it is with Veilguard too. When you first start, you can either just have it do like a default storyline for like of the events that happened in the
like the
Inquisition
canon stuff.
Yeah, or you can go through and like remake your character and like go based on their decisions and like their love interest and things like that, and what they decided at the end of the campaign or the game and everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of options, but like I do want to bring the world to more people. the world's just not quite done yet, right? So it's like maybe this group that I'm with now, like, do I just stick with them as far as I can, right? Campaign 2. I feel very confident we're gonna make it through campaign 2. Into this, maybe we'll see if people drop out. Then start bringing in some new players, or if I've also considered taking a break at the end of this so that I can actually write campaign 3.
That might be a good idea.
Because it's not done. It's not even close to where Lovale is. And I'm like, Lovale's not anywhere near done. Yes, that'd be the Calvaron arc. I have, I think, the first session. That's about it. I'm like, but the first session is basically character generation. It's like an inbuilt character generator. So it's that I think that whole thing needs a whole lot more work. And I'm like, how do I budget my time for this? How do I do that while I'm also trying to write a book on the first campaign?
You should take a break.
I don't know. I haven't decided. It's not time yet, and
you got some time to figure it out. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. But speaking of time, we are way over our hour mark, so we should probably cut it off here before we keep yapping.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye.